Welcome to the 2024 College Disc Golf National Championships. A PDGA major, Grant Zellner and Jennifer Allen from PDGA Radio, welcoming you to this exciting event. It's a 4-day event with lots and lots, as a matter of fact, more than I even thought, of competitors descending upon the Winthrop University and Rock Hill, South Carolina area. Jen, there is a lot going on.
Yeah, the College Disc Golf Championships, they were founded back in 2007 by the famous Pete May. And they've tossed around to a few courses, but this is going to be exciting that they are at the famous university that I think a lot of these kids look up to. They've watched, all their famous players throughout the years play here. So now they get their chance playing at this famous course.
More than 760 players from over 150 schools, some of those schools outside the United States. We've got some Canadians here. We've got some from Great Britain here. There are 4 divisions of competitions, and the divisions in college disc golf are a little bit different than what you might be familiar with when it comes to divisions in college sports. In other words, depending on the circumstances, some very, very small schools that maybe you've never heard of, will be up there competing right next to some of the larger schools that maybe you have heard of, talking about schools like Clemson or North Carolina State. It's a really interesting dynamic of disc golf where players from all over the country and many different backgrounds get to come together and compete on a level playing field. And they'll be doing that across 4 or 5 different courses in the Rock Hill area. And of course, what we used to call Winthrop Gold will be one of the courses on display here at Rock Hill. Lots and lots of drama will unfold over the next 4 days. But Jennifer, one of the things I like most is just the fact that with this competition, some of the best qualities of disc golf will be on display. I mean, what do you think of when you think of college disc golfers?
I always love actually college sports over professional sports just because they're doing it for a school, they're doing it for a team versus like getting paid. And so I think the same thing transfers over just like any other sport. These players are out there playing for their university, they're playing for their teammates, and it's just a different feeling and love and compassion for their sport and their school. So I think it'll be a different feel, different vibe out there versus, any of the other events that we see throughout the year.
It's the best qualities of our sport on display at the College National Championships.
Disc golf's an individual sport mostly, and kind of you feel alone in that way a little bit. Like I enjoy it, but being on a team has been a lot of fun.
Just one big group of college disc golfers having a good time, and I'm super excited to see how it goes this weekend.
Yeah, it's super cool so far. I've met a lot of the girls that I'm going to be playing with out on the course, which is new. Being in Eugene, there's not a ton of women players, yet alone around my age. So it's really cool to just see, people that I see myself in out there and be able to strike up conversations.
It didn't really seem real last summer. They were just like, hey, want to be on a team? We're like, sure, cool. And then found out we're the first team in Ontario and that we're coming to South Carolina, and we went to BC and Pennsylvania, places I had never been before. So it's a very different experience. It's very cool to think that I would be in class right now, and I'm loving being here instead.
That means to
I
you.
mean, isn't that insane? Like, to even say that out loud. Disc golf was a reason somebody chose to go to a school. That's insane. And I think we see a lot more of that. When I see emails coming through, I'm seeing more players reaching out to schools about, hey, I play disc golf, I play in MA2 or MA3, and I'm really looking to play in college. So what can I do? How do I get on your team? They are looking to be a part of disc golf at a college. And that's not something, a lot of people even 2-3 years ago really even thought about, but there are scholarships now for disc golf. That's really cool.
There's definitely an element of bringing the flag over and wearing it on our chests that has brought out a patriotism in me that I didn't know I had. Getting to represent the country, represent the universities that we all come from. I'm sure we're all uniquely proud of them, and if we weren't under the flag, would be battling each other for which one's the particular best one. Getting to properly represent who we are and what we stand for, and to compete against the Americans at that, and the Canadians as well, is fantastic.
I love the passion. I love the excitement we see from players of this age. It's the best thing about this event. I am curious about the team from Great Britain. They're sort of an all-star team. They're not from any one school. So who's their mascot? I guess it has to be the King of England. Yeah.
Maybe.
We've got to take a look back at what happened last year in the women's division. A big time event won by what became back-to-back champions.
So we have some back-to-back winners in the women's division. Alexis Kerman and Renee Beasley from Missouri, they have been able to pull this off 2 years in a row. Last year over a 2-stroke win over Brigham Young, and Liberty University coming in third. So quite an advantage having a team that is able to stick together for a few years to come back with some experience to compete here.
28 teams and 56 players will compete in this year's Division I Women's Team Championship. Some of the top-rated teams on site include Emporia State University. Jen, you and I had their coach on our episode of PDGA Radio this week. They seem ready to go. Liberty University, always good at disc golf. They seem like they were an early mover in this college disc golf scene. We've got some local teams, NC State, the Luna Wolves, love that, and the University of North Carolina, Redeemer University out of Canada, a couple of really solid players that make a great team. 2 players, neither one of them ranked necessarily in the top 10, but both of them super solid, and they're going to be a force to be reckoned with this year at the championships. We caught up with several of the teams during yesterday's press conference.
The number 1 ranked Emporia State women's team. First of all, introduce yourselves and maybe how long you've been playing disc golf.
Alrighty, I am Atlanta Kruger. I've been playing disc golf for about 10 years now.
And my name is Maya Ringgold, and I've been playing disc golf about 2 years now. We really complement each other. I think that I can bring in the safe play that gives Atlanta the confidence to truly execute what she's capable of. Obviously, she's been playing a lot longer, and so she can really take out some of the tools in her toolbox. And so I think that is really advantageous, and just bringing good energy with each other. We can lift each other up. We don't get upset with each other, and we just have each other's backs.
Emporia is really great for learning to read the wind, that's for sure. Definitely taught me a lot about wind golf. Still learning, but super helpful. And distance, there's a lot of longer courses, but we have a good variety with like Peter Pan and Jones West thrown in there. Try some shorter shots along with your longer holes. Really helpful there too. It's just play our games one shot at a time. Honestly, it's a mental game for sure, and just keeping our heads on our shoulders. And I think that if we just play the best that we can, we go out there, we have fun, we stay competitive, we execute our shots, we execute what we want to do, and I think what we will end up on top, hopefully in a good position. That's what we're going for, right?
The Don sisters, there's actually 3 of them, including a recent U.S. women's champion. We'll talk about that. So first of all, welcome to Rock Hill. What has been your experience so far this week?
It's been great. Yeah, it's been fun being here with the whole team. It's nice and warm down here, which is awesome. I love the course. We played the Meadows this morning, which went pretty well. It was very fun. Honestly, for me, I just want to have a really good attitude and enjoy every moment out here, whether I play well or not. I think, yeah, just having a really fun time, meeting a lot of new people, and playing as well as I can. But even if I don't do well, just keeping up a good attitude and enjoying the moment. Yeah. Like I said before, I want to play well to my own standards. I don't really know how that's going to play with the rest of the girls. I just want to play well for me and also enjoy being out here.
We're back previewing the 2024 PDGA College Disc Golf National Championships from Rock Hill, South Carolina. A look back now at the 2023 edition for the men.
So just like the women, we have Cincinnati, who came back for the win over Emporia State. This one last year came down to the very last hole, which is, breaks your heart if you're Emporia, and super excited for Cincinnati. And they're going to come back really strong this year as well.
Yeah, last year that team featured Calvin Caldwell, Kyle Taylor, Bradley Caldwell, and Tanner Young. This year, Ilkin Grow, a part of that team. Ilkin Grow's got a major championship or two under his belt as a junior and as an AM. So that team going to be very, very strong heading into this year's event. Lots and lots of teams on display, 48 to be precise, at least in Division One for the men. That's 192 players. Emporia State University ranked in the top 5 coming in. UNC Charlotte, of course, you know a team out of Charlotte, Jen, is going to be formidable with all the incredible disc golf around the Charlotte, North Carolina area. Those guys also might be getting to sleep in their own beds during the course of the week, which has got to be nice. The Ohio State University, Illinois State, and the University of Cincinnati, the Midwest showing strong in the college game. We caught up with several of these teams at yesterday's press conference.
With us today is the Cincinnati D1 team, the defending champs. Tanner and Bradley obviously back last year from the championship team. What has this past year been like when you're out competing with that, defending the title kind of mentality?
Yeah, there can be a bit of a target on our back sometimes, it feels like, but we try to just shake that off and just play our own game. We know that we're a solid team if we just be ourselves and stay true to who we are.
I'd say our main strength is our distance. So it's great having Lucas here. He's got a big forehand, which I think is going to be great on this course. And I think we're just overall a really consistent team, and we have everything in the bag.
What's it been like, back home since y'all won the title? Have you seen more support from the university and the surrounding community?
Yeah, the greater Cincinnati disc golf community is amazing. I truly believe it's one of the best in the country. And they've been great rallying around us. We can feel the support for sure. It's been great. The university has also stepped up. They've helped us out financially in a few ways, and it's been great. There's so many good teams out here with the potential to win, and it's going to be a challenge, but we're up for it.
All right, and we are back with Emporia State. Seen this course many, many times. What was your advice for your teams coming to attack Winthrop?
Really easy, actually, as far as advice goes. Just keep it in bounds, honestly. I like you said, I've played this course many, many times, and I've had some fantastic rounds, and I've had some awful rounds. And I feel like when I played well, it was because I was keeping the disc in bounds and hitting putts.
What's the mentality coming in this week? So close last year. How big of a factor was that, attacking this year and getting back here?
Yeah, we definitely wanted to be back here, and I feel like we've got the pieces to put ourselves in the position to have a chance again this year. And I think really is you can't look ahead. We got a round ahead of us tomorrow, and right now that's all we're focused on, and we're going to take it one day at a time, one shot at a time, and just go out and give it our best.
Sure to be a tight battle right down to the last amongst the men in Division One, and of course a couple other divisions competing as well. We've made the move from other venues now to Winthrop University and a couple of courses in the surrounding area here in Rock Hill. And Jen, I think that move makes a lot of sense when you consider all of the infrastructure that's already on the ground thanks to USDGC being, at least in part, at some of the same venues here in Rock Hill. So I think we're going to get quite a show from these college players across all of the divisions.
Absolutely. It's a course that knows how to handle huge crowds and super large events that are very important, and, being USDGC major. So this university, being a university, hosting a college event, knowing the power and what they can do there and the excitement and fans that they draw into the university, I think it's a wonderful place to bring this event. So I'm really excited to see it happen, see it unfold. We're going to be able to watch it next day coverage on the YouTube channel of PDGA, and hopefully for a lot of lucky fans around there close, they're going to be able to catch it live.
There's no doubt about it. You're going to see history being made because these players competing at this event are the future of disc golf. We've already seen in the past players at the collegiate level move on to professional careers, and I have no doubt that we're going to see much of the same this year at the 2024 PDGA College Disc Golf National Championships. Continuing coverage all week long with the PDGA's YouTube channel and all of our social feeds, so you won't miss any of the action. For Jennifer Allen, I'm Grant Zellner. We'll see you a little bit later on in the week.